All right. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of the Let's Talk Photography podcast, which I do every week as much as I can. Every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we talk everything photography related. So it could be lighting, gears, rumors, rants, whatever. Yeah, I welcome definitely the rants, that's for sure. I think I'm gonna do a rant video tomorrow, actually. That's just kind of been on my mind lately, and it's about being feeling like I'm burnt out sometimes. So we're gonna talk about that in another video. So let me turn on these comments real quick. First, I want to say, of course, welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome all to the show. Get your comments. Make sure you post them down in the live chat. Let's get that busy. Hey, what's up, BKH? Good to see you. And yeah, I'm always curious where everybody's chatting in from. So let me know the country you're in, what camera you like using. Yeah, fill me in. Mila Martin from the Philippines. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. We already got 7 people in here. Make sure you smash that like button, okay, people? Because believe it or not, smashing that like actually does help out. And most of all is if you subscribe to this channel, hit that bell so that you know when I go live. Even though I'm going to go live every Thursday, sometimes I go live in between unboxing video, maybe a little ranty rant, or during my photo shoot. So you want to make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can tune in and give me your input. Of course, most importantly is so I can see you in the chat. All right. Let's see here. Let's get through all this other stuff. First is, if you haven't already, shame on you. Okay. Make sure you go ahead and follow me on all the socials. Right now, I'm only on 4 right now. Okay. I know it sounds like a lot already, but only on 4. I am on Facebook, pretty active. I am on Instagram, very active. I am on Threads, and I'm on TikTok, and of course, this here, YouTube. Last week, I decided to let the old x.com/Twitter go. And guess what? I haven't missed it since. All right. So there we go. I'm not mad at it. Quite honestly, Twitter was never really that useful for me of a platform to promote my stuff. And then with the regime change and ownership, and it just became such a loud place where if you're not a major brand like a Nikon or this, that, and the third, or you didn't already make your name super big years ago, it just seemed very defeating to not defeating, but like I was speaking into a black hole when I post stuff up. And honestly, I just didn't really see the community in X. There's a lot of hate though. If you want to hate, you want to get your hate on, well, there you go. Go to X. But outside of creativity and having like, I don't know, community sense, I just don't get it there. I do get it here in YouTube. That is 100% the fact. I spend, out of all my creative time making content, it's for YouTube, like really. Okay. And then Instagram is second for me. So you'll find me on those for sure. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at Robert Silver Photography. Who would have thought, right? I do want to let you know. Oh, look at that. We already got some comments. Before I get to those, I do want to let you know that I just posted a video today, and it's an awesome video, which I do say so myself. And it is about me using the Godox IT32 mini speedlight flash in a very creative way, meaning I use it as an on-camera, off-camera flash during a photo shoot in a laundromat that was open for business and didn't kick us out. It was really fun. It was really, really, really fun. When I was doing that photo shoot, I was really impressed with what I was able to do with that mini speedlight flash. It was super fun. And surprisingly, nobody really complained. We made sure we weren't in other people's way. And also, I believe the owner was there. And I'm surprised they didn't kick us out, because we were sitting there flashing away and posing and not jumping on machines, but like sitting up on the counter there and stuff. So, it was our creative day to get away with get some stuff done. Um, and then also, I also have my take on the news that we talked that many of us know about. It's been about a week now, but Nikon suing Viltrox. And as many of you know, I'm a huge advocate for Viltrox, even though they don't reach out to me, they don't pay for any sponsorship or anything. But I really appreciate what they've been able to do and produce, the quality of production in their lenses, the quality of the results, and the affordability for many of us Nikon shooters out there. All right. So I shamelessly plug them all the time. And so when I hear bickering between Nikon and Viltrox, I'm like, oh man, I can't believe it. So I share my input, and feel free to go check out that ranty rant about that situation on my YouTube channel. And yes, I did use AI for this thumbnail. Okay. So shout out to me. Yeah. You know what? AI is a disruptive, it's a disruptive tool for sure. It could be bad, it can be good. And in my case, it helps me increase the efficiency of my workflow. I can design faster or come up with ideas faster. So sometimes I use AI, and for most photographer, or honestly YouTube creators, if they don't say they use freaking chat GPT, they are lying. That's a fact. Okay. Anywho, let's see. Yeah. Let's get to some of these comments. Let's catch up, shall we? We got BKH saying, "How do you feel about the Canon RC5?" I it's hard for me to say about the Canon because honestly, I use Nikon, I use Panasonic Lumix, and one thing I know about Canon is that they don't make any crappy gear per se, right? I do see that camera having a phenomenal space for those who want to do great video and still do some stills. And I think that's a great hybrid version. What I believe it's the hybrid version of the C the C50 there. So if you're still looking to do photos, that's the way to go. If you want to go hard in the paint and video, you might as well do the C50, which has just been Netflix approved, and we're going to talk about that later. Okay. Roy says, "I love using any camera." There you go. You can tell that's a photographer right there. And then Manila Martin says, Manila Martin, did you change your handle? It says 1001. So maybe you changed. I think you changed it. I know. I see what you're doing there. And he says, "We have our annual photo exhibition this weekend. It's called Photo World Asia. Nice. It's a great way to learn about new gear and chat with other photo enthusiasts for us." That is very cool. I would love to check something out like that. That would be pretty cool. Don't they have, what's that huge one they have? I think it's in Japan. Japan Photo Expo. It's called something. It's called something. It's called gee whiz. It's called not Osaka. Isn't it Osaka? It's a huge photo, like maybe it's China. Like let's see. World's largest photo expo. Let's see if that'll give me something. No, that's not it. There is one. Oh, gosh, I forgot what it is. Oh, CP Plus. CP Plus. Okay, so shame on me. CP Plus, I heard is like super duper duper big. Okay, so that's one I would like to check out if I could. Is that CP Plus? That looks like it goes down. We have Fajar. BKH. Yes, that was a great video. Very informative. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I have a couple more behind the scene photo shoot videos coming up very soon. So I'm just working on the edits of the photos and of course the video and stuff like that. Fajar says, chilliest person in planet must be security, not kidding us out. Oh, let me see. I'm not sure if chillest person in the planet must be security. Okay, you know what? I'm not sure if I 100% understand Fajar, but I'm sure it's awesome. King Kirk says, "Good evening, Rob. Good evening to you, sir." All right, and Fajar to you as well. Thanks for tuning in, as always. Hey, we got Johnny She in the house. Hold on. He gets this one here. John, there we go. John is a member of this channel, and I mean, quite honestly, Roy is like a member of this channel as much as he's helped out with this channel too. So, but nonetheless, we got Johnny She in the house. Morning, bro. Looking good, Robert. Thank you, sir. Okay. Really appreciate that. So let me just show you guys something kind of cool. Whoa, we got Moz Man in the house popping in while working. There we go. Thank you, Moz Man. I you know what's funny about my sound effects and stuff is, what was it? A couple weeks ago, I was like, maybe because 2026, I want to change things up. I want to, improve. I was like, maybe I should stop doing my sound effects. What? I was like, why do I do them? Do they matter? Does it annoy people that I do all these sound effects and I look for them? I curate my sound effects. I'm like, where is the next cool, funny sound effect? And I search for them, let me tell you. And once in a while, someone's like, it's so annoying. It's so annoying that you're hitting all these damn buttons. And then I thought to myself, you know what I said? I said, hold on, let me get my right one. I said, why would I care? Why would I care what anybody else thinks? It's the one thing that helps me stand out. There's so many new photography live streams popping up every day, but guess what they don't have? They don't have a soundboard like me. Okay? Look at that. And this is a one-man action right going on here, folks. Okay? This is just me, this head over here, doing what I do. So if you don't want to wake up, this probably won't be the channel for you because I talk loud and my sound effects are louder. All right, so let's I want to show you guys something. It's kind of cool. Let's get back to, I want to share a little bit details about my recent shoot. Oh, shoot, guys, I'm so sorry. Here we go. Oh, okay, I see you guys chatting off. I love it. Okay, so back to this. Let me get to my media. Back to this recent photo shoot I had with the Godox IT32. All right. Look at all these photos. I'm going to take you guys now behind the scenes, not behind the scenes. I'm going to show you the high res versions on my website. Okay. How about that? All right. So let's go to, let me turn this off. Go right here. And now we're going to take it to this one. Boom. All right. There we go. Let me make it a little bit bigger for all the children in the back. All right. So this is the photo album of all of my edited photos from the shoot. Okay. Does this help? Let me see if this helps. Let me see. You guys like it like this? Is this better? Is that cool or that cool? Which, anyway, we'll try this one. Now, I'm going to show you all of them. Now, in my latest video, only about almost half of them were showcased in that video. Okay. So we're going to go through all of them because I just can't believe what I was able to pull off with this teeny old flash. It was pretty cool. Okay. By the way, my full review of the Godox IT32 mini speedlight flash, I'm working on it right now. Okay. I'm working on the talking head portion tomorrow. I should have that video out. I'm thinking by end of, it should be next week, really is my goal. Okay. So here we are, as you can see, all the photos here. All right, making sure you guys can see that. Let me know in the comments what you think, of course, okay? So here we go. Here are all the photos. Again, this is just with one camera, one lens, one model, one light. That's it. Everything else is just composition. Now for the lens, well, first, the camera was the Nikon Z8, and the lens, I used the Z24-70 f2.8 version 2 lens. That's it. That medium zoom lens, the workhorse for Nikon shooters. And then I used the Godox IT32 flash, and I just used it in my hand, or I used it as an on-camera flash. Okay, and it did a phenomenal job. It did a phenomenal job. Okay, let's see if you guys can see that. Let me just check back on the stream. Yep, there we go, right there. Look at that. All right, shout out to me. Have any comments? Let me see these comments real quick. Oh man, I don't know what this is, John, but I tell you, brother, thank you so much for MYR 30 MYRs. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And he comes back and says, FYI, about $10 for coffee if you stay up late. Thank you, sir. You know what? Lucky for you, with $10, I buy a bag. I save money. I get a bag of coffee so I could get about almost over a week's worth. Okay, quite honestly. So thank you very much. And I've been experimenting a lot with teas. Okay, my girl's been getting me teas, and honestly, I kind of do better with tea after 3 p.m. So thank you very much. That $10 will go very far. Okay. Let's see right here. We got King Crux saying John and Roy have the most hours clocked in on Nikons. They are this senseis 100%, man. Yes, sir. That's definitely they are. I can't even touch it. I'm trying, I love using them. Let's see, Malcolm Walker in here, the Sony enthusiast for the community. If anybody wants to see or have questions about Sony anything, I have to refer them over to Malcolm Walker. I have zero clue, quite honestly. Okay, I'll be quite. Nikon, we're good, especially if it's digital, like the Z mount system, and then Panasonic Lumix. You're talking to the right guy. Okay, but Malcolm, he's the Sony expert in this community. Thank you. Good to see you too, Malcolm, man. And hit that like. Only 5 likes and 14 watching. What are we doing? Thank you very much, Malcolm. I really appreciate that. Please, and I do want to let you know, okay, for the month of January. All right, for the month of January. That's right. I'm letting you all know. Emergency time. For the month of January, it is absolutely free to smash that like. Come on now, people. All right. Mazman says, strange. I don't see anyone's chat except for John and Fajar. Oh, you know what it is, Mazman? Is because you're seeing it on the vertical feed. There is a horizontal feed. Then you'll see everybody else's. So StreamYard streams to the shorts, and it streams to the standard live stream horizontal long form portions of freaking YouTube. So it depends on which stream you're watching. Okay, that's why you don't see it when because I could tell you're watching on the shorts version because it gives a little icon of the little cell phone next to your chat. Let's see here. King Kruk, he says, I'm using Nikon SP with 3518. I've yet to get a picture I like. I definitely don't have the skills you guys had for film photography. Well, I'll tell you one thing. My eyes are completely shot. I only have a film camera because it looks good over there, but I would never try to say I'm a film photographer. Absolutely not. Okay, that is for sure. No way. My eyes are shot. Like I think I've mentioned, the last roll I ever shot, I swear I was getting bangers. I was like, yes, man, I can't wait to develop these son of guns. And I got them, and it was all blurry. I was like, woo, okay, I know when to hold them, know when to fold them, So, okay, so let's get back to these photos, shall we? I am ranting. Let me tell you. All right, so take a look at these photos, man. This is great. This is just using just the one little flash. Here we go here, just to get a little creative. And my purpose was to be able to obviously expose the subject who already has darker skin, but also not overexpose the window because it was super bright, super bright. Thank God Z8 also has great dynamic range, so that wasn't too hard to do. Here we are again, and here I'm using her legs, like her jeans, to kind of frame. Like I was going for like framing up her face here, but it worked out real well, right? And as you can tell, it's not about overexposing with the flash. It's a balance for me. That's how I approach it. You do you, but me, whenever I use flash, it's about balance. I almost want you to think it was shot with a practical light or light, like a light fixture or natural ambient light. Like I try to really do that. When to me, like I think it's so overdone that it's obviously shot with flash and high speed sync and at 1.2 and all that jazz. This shooting at 2.8 here actually allowed some definition of the background, so you kind of are involved in the shot because you see what's going on. There's some context to the scene. All right. But I really like this. And we were just having fun. I was like, first thing when I saw that laundry cart here, I was like, go sit in that thing. Let me see what we could get. And it was super how can I say, unreliable. It was moving here, moving there, and everywhere. Okay. And here's just a nice little situation. These machines they had were brand new. So I was like, let's get that. And I just love how the light reflects off of it too. And again, I'm also mindful of the exposure of the light coming through this window. I don't want it to be blown out. All right. And here we are. This is a classic leading line kind of a situation. But look how well and balanced and exposed she is. Like this came out nice. I'm honestly, I'm a fan of my own work. And this one here was a nice one too. But look, even though saying like she didn't really move, but the composition changes the entire tone, the entire like energy of it. Okay. And since we shoot digital, there's no reason for you to try different things. What's really working here is obviously I'm going from horizontal to vertical, but also perspective. Okay. I'm a little higher. And when I mean higher, above her eye line, I'm shooting a little bit above her eye line here. And now I'm more in line with her eye line here. But look at the difference in energy though, right? So experiment, have some fun. This is what it's all about. But boy, it came out great. Okay. There's like, to me, like who does it well? Joe McNally does it well. Joe McNally does it well, where he uses all these lights, but you almost don't think you don't know there's lights there. Like you just assume that place is lit the way it is, but really he has a gazillion trillion speed lights and whatever he does. And that to me is like the kind of approach I rather go for when I'm lighting subjects, right? Like here, it looks look, you could see the light right up here hitting the machine, and you swear that's where the key light is because it's hitting all these machines right here, 1, 2, and 3, and especially up here, it's really bright. But really, the flash is more up behind me, camera left. I'm holding it with my hand up. It's in my hand right here. Because I don't overpower and hit it with a 1-to-1 power or full power flash, I'm balancing it and almost letting the practical light, which is up on the ceiling, do all the talking. Okay. It doesn't look like a cave back there. There's no reason to. It gives you nice context and depth. Now, this one I shot using the flash as a very light fill right here. This is a very light fill flash, fill light that I used on the model's left side or camera right in this case. And I purposely did it because I wanted the key light to actually be the light coming through the doorway. This is a doorway. And I wanted more of a split lighting. This is all intentional. Before I took the photo, I saw it. I said, ooh, okay. The best way to work with hard, very hard lighting is some split lighting and lean into it, right? Meaning like use it to your advantage. Just because it's hard lighting, don't dump a ton of light on it, because it won't really balance out all that well. You'll still see the sunlight because it's kind of powerful. It's kind of bright. And this little flash is not going to do that. And I still wanted to expose that window back there. Look how big that window is. That's probably 30% of the frame. And I was like, all right, I want it all to look as natural as possible. So you can see, look at that fill light. You can see it right there in the eye. Okay, I'm not lying to you. Look at this nice fill. Actually sculpted her jawline right here. But you wouldn't see it. You don't see it. You don't see it unless I just went up to you like this and showed you that catch light. That's what I try to go for. This is just natural light. This is natural light. I decided to use obviously the key, the light coming through the door as a key light, and then here we are. And we want to frame her eye with the shadow of her hand. I just thought this was just a fun photo. Great jawline. I thought this was pretty cool, so I just kept it. I liked it. Okay, that's for me. And then we kind of played it again here. This one's cool. It's all right. Okay, this one I like. There's something there. I like that. Okay. This was cool. I went with a Dutch angle here. Okay. I know some people don't like Dutch angles. I am a huge fan of Dutch angles. And here I did it here. I think it would have looked more flat, more boring, more on the nose if I had straightened out all the lines and everything else in the back. In this case, hit it with a Dutch, adds a little bit more oomph. And that's the way we rolled right here. I really liked it. And kind of did it again, but pushed in a little bit closer. I like that. This one I liked. This one, I was actually testing the lighting here, but I love the way she looked, right? I like the way she looked. Look at the little nice catch light in the eyes. Look at the jawline, looks great. Chin looks great. Like everything looks great. And again, good exposure, not overpowering my subject with flash. Flash to me is a tool. I mean, we all know that it's a creative tool, but for me, I like my style is trying to look like there was no flash. Okay. Even though we know there was, but this one, it came out really well. Again, Dutch angle, boom, hit it. Nice. All right. So I just want to show you guys a few things that I was able to do with that Godox IT32. And man, I'm telling you, because it comes with that wireless trigger, you're able to work with it as an on-camera and off-camera flash. All right. This, let me see if I can get to this one. This one for sure. Hold on. Here we go. These were all on-camera flash. Bam, dead in her face. It was connected to the hot shoe. On-camera flash. This one was off. This was on. Okay. This one was on. And this one was on. All right. But look how I was able to use an on-camera flash and not look like a dark club venue. You know, that kind of photography. Have you ever seen that kind of photography? It's clear as day that you use an on-camera flash. This case, nice and balanced. All right. And then we just had fun, like shooting through here. This was a little bit of a challenge because there's reflections, and I didn't want to get the reflection of the lights in the laundromat, but also I wanted to see through I wanted to see her face through this glass. But it came out well. Look at that. It took like 5 shots, but nailed it. And also getting a great balance, right? See her hand here, and her hand here. We have this big circle, which obviously frames her face. Like I wanted to intentionally kind of like this, just to fill the frame in a nice, soft, balanced way. Okay. Anyway, so I want to show you all that. Hold on, let me get out of this screen. What am I doing? Here we go. I wanted to show you all that just because honestly, I only brought one camera, one lens, and one light, and we smashed that shoot. And I couldn't have been more proud with what we've been able to do. Of course, it takes a great model, great team, but it makes me realize how much I enjoy and rather show up to a shoot with like 1, maybe 2 lenses, and the rest is right here. The rest is here. This is where the fun part of photography is, just trying and experimenting. Creating limitations for yourself, like as a photographer, honestly, is like probably the best exercise you could give yourself. Because when but a lot of us for sure, I know I have, but we subconsciously get into a trap of comparing our work to others, and we lose the spark, that oh my god, I just love photography. I want to shoot something. And one of the best ways for me to refine that or find that back is doing something out of the box, getting out of my comfort zone. That laundromat, I was super nervous. Not that no one has ever done it, but for me, I haven't. But I was nervous because I was like, I don't want to be kicked out. I don't want to be harassed. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that, and waste my day trying to find a laundromat. That was the second one we went to that day, and things just start clicking. We start to really get into a zone. And so if you ever find yourself like in a rut, man, strip down your entire kit. Maybe just one lens, one camera, as I said I did for mine, and just shoot, whether it be your street or your what was I about to say, outdoor wilderness, whatever it is, strip it all down and get to the basics. Cause I think we've lost so much when now our cameras could do so much. We forgot the I don't know, the experimentation, the daringness of what we're supposed to be. How three of us could look at one single object, but our photos are all completely different, right? So anyway, I don't know, I'm ranting, but let's get to these comments. Boy, I missed so much. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Oh, Moz man. Oh, okay. You're on a desktop as well. Yeah, it should show up split. Like on a desktop, you could see one set of live chat, and on the phone, you see another set. It's annoying. It is annoying. I wish they just clearly combined the two, but I'm happy I'm able to stream to both because some people just watch on the phone. Roy, let's see here. We got King Krug. It says, for me, I enjoying D4S. It feels more analog than using ZR. Modern bodies make photography easy. And that's kind of my point. That's why I like taking a step back, stripping my kit down, and then going out and shoot, right? Especially when it's like, especially when, like when I'm doing my fashion shoots and whatnot, it has less to do with lenses and more to do with creativity up here than anything, right? A 24 to 70 lens, like every camera brand has it. It's a staple in our camera bags. There's nothing really special about it. I'm not reinventing the wheel using a 24 to 70 2.8 lens. But when you're like, okay, I can't switch to an 85 prime. I can't blow out the background because I don't have a 1.4, 1.2 or something like that. Then it's like, okay, how do I still get that creativity with the limitations that's given to me? Oh, I have a little flash, but I don't have a stand to put the flash on. Okay. Now, how do I get the angle of the light to give me the same result as if I had a light stand at 9 feet? So it's like all these cool limitations. And that's where the process of you becoming a photographer really gets strengthened, like those skill sets. Who is it? Roy says, I have a dark studio, so I missed the LED lit buttons of the D850s and D5. Yeah, those buttons are clutch for sure. For me in fashion shows, when I have to shoot and find a quick button, I do like that. That's probably one of the best, like under what is it? Not spoken about or praised about features of cameras is like lit buttons. King Kruk says D850 is my number one DSLR for anything I've used. It still is the best DSLR. Okay. Let's never forget that. That camera is a beast, still is a beast. Unfortunately, the mount only lets you get up to 1.4, but hey, the results speak for itself. That why did I sell that camera? I sold a D850. Oh, I sold the D850 to get the Z9. Okay. That's why. That's the only reason why I would have sold it. And that's why I sold it. We got NYC Effects from New York City, baby. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate that. And then let's see here. King Kruk says D850 is my favorite DSLR video. I haven't used D5 or D6 for video. I'm interested in trying those. Wow. Shout out to you using a D850 for video. Honestly, that's hardcore. Okay. Because I didn't trust any DSLR from Nikon for video. Maybe if you just had it fixed, right, and you're shooting all manual, you'll get beautiful video at that D850. But autofocus was horrible. Okay, shout out to improvements in autofocus. BKH says, did you have to do any editing on the photos? Yes, those are edited with my Lightroom presets. Let me show you guys right here. Okay. This is what those photos that I showed you earlier are edited with my Lightroom presets. Okay. Yes, I'm doing a little commercial thing. Okay. I got bills to pay around here, but I use the matte Renaissance. That's what I used during for those photos that I showed earlier. Every photo was edited using this one in particular as the base preset, and then I adjusted accordingly. Okay. A preset is not an end all to be all. It's a starting point. And this is what I use for this one. All of my photos are edited with one of these. That's for sure. Most of the time it's like Clean and Classy, Matte Renaissance. I do use a lot of the Chromatic Crush for the black and white. But in this case, this is what I use. I use this one right here. Let me see if it shows. Do I have that one as a before and after? I think that might have been one. So you can see like here, what I was able to do with it. It includes skin retouching. Well, not retouching, with smoothing in my presets. Okay. So you definitely, what do you get? You get 12 of these, and I use them all the time. So this is what I use to edit those photos in that video. All right. So I just want to let you know right here. This is it right there, so you can see it. Okay. All of these. And this is the one I used right there. And when you go to my website, you could check them out for yourself, see which one really works for you. Or if it doesn't work for you, mazel tov, do you. Okay. But if you like the way I edited those, they're all done with my presets. Okay. Just want to let you know. Anyway, we got Randall. Okay. He says Nikon D780 for video. Okay. Shout out to that. All right. Okay. What's up with, oh, is that a response? That's interesting how this turned out. What other software besides Lightroom do you use for edits? Well, I also use King Kruk Reblum. All right, let me Reblum. There we go. Right here. This is what I use. So I edit inside of Lightroom Classic, right? And then from Lightroom Classic, then for the final skin retouching, I use Reblum, which is an app or a standalone software, and you can easily go ahead and check it out for yourself. Okay. Now, I do have a discount code, and you could check that out down below in the description, and you could check out Reblum for yourself. I think right now they're offering like 40% off of the lifetime membership if you click the link in my description section. Okay. Let me see if I can get to, let me see if I can get that and I can just share it right now. Let's see. Let's go to video, go to live stream. Goodness, I got to click all this stuff here. I tell you. There we go. Okay, here we get it. Here it is right there. Boom, bada bang. I'm going to post it in the chat. Boom. Check out that Reblum. And I just pinned it to the chat. So that's the other software I use, is this Reblum. It is awesome. It is fast as hell. Exports to TIFF. Boom, bada bang. I have not needed to go to Photoshop to do my skin retouching because of this app. It's so much, like, I'm done with photo shoot editing super quick because of this app. All right. Check it out. I pinned it in the chat. Let me see if it's pinned. It should be pinned. Check it out for yourself. Photoshop is still much more powerful than Lightroom. Also, Infinity is looking good these days. You know what? I'm actually going to take a look at that Infinity some more, honestly, because I'm always looking for alternatives to Adobe. But Lightroom has gotten so good. Yeah, Photoshop is much more powerful, but for most people, Lightroom is like really good and it has gotten fantastic. The AI tools are really, really good. So I got to check out the pricing structure for Affinity and really just give it a serious try because I'm open to anything new that's going to only increase the efficiency of my workflow. So, and of course, if the price is right, you know what I mean? So I'll check it out. I will check it out. All right. Let's talk about this little cool news, actually. All right. This is cool news. This is very cool news. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's go to that. Cool. All right. Let's talk about this quick little news, shall we, everybody? Let's go ahead. Where's my clip? There we go. I spare no expense for you guys. Remember that. All right, here we are. Canon EOS C50 receives Netflix's seal of approval. Okay, look at that. Look at that. That is actually pretty cool news. That is pretty cool news. Though Sony's FX3 and 30, like they've been renowned for being used on film production sets and stuff. But not too many consumer mirrorless cameras are Netflix approved. The first one was Panasonic's S1H. Okay, I just want to let you all know. Panasonic Lumix S1H back in 2019 was the first mirrorless consumer camera, full frame too. That was Netflix approved. And here we are with the Canon EOS C50, which I'm not too surprised because it has a lot of things that filmmakers really want, need, and can rely on. So, and plus it's Canon, so you know the color is going to be nice. But let's go down here. There's a specific area. Let me see here. Okay, so here's things that they consider at Netflix. Netflix considers, here we go, right here. Let me highlight that. A camera's resolution, codec, options, bit depth, data rate, color space, transfer function, and time code capability when evaluating cameras. Okay. Netflix notes that not all cameras that meet all the capture requirements are approved, as these are minimum requirements rather than sufficient features. Other attributes include dynamic range, form factor, stability, and workflow compatibility are also considered. All right. Now, let's take a see. Like I mentioned earlier, Sony cameras, the FX3 is only one with the SLR style form factor. So you can see, like, but this is really good news, quite honestly, because this camera is affordable, it's obtainable, and if you're a filmmaker looking to get a camera that you know is going to meet certain particular industry requirements, this is great news. Okay, options are always great news. Whereas, here we go. Where is the thing? There was something I wanted to see in this. Oh, of course, obviously you can watch the review if you haven't seen this review about a gazillion trillion times. But there was something I wanted to see here. Oh, I think that was it. What they consider when it comes to cameras. But here you can see the C50, the R5C, which was mentioned earlier in this chat, the C70, notable models on Netflix's approved camera list, given their more SLR style form factor rather than more traditional cinema body. Okay, that's letting you know that these camera brands, or rather filmmakers, really aren't just choosing the form factor. That's not the biggest reason anymore, because these brands are really giving us features that the industry is taking serious. So I think a camera like this is a great middle ground. That's why I'm praying that the S1H Mark II ever comes out, because I think it would smash this camera, quite honestly, if they do it right. If not, it has to at least meet this camera. Well, I mean, it's gonna have stabilization, and if it has phase detect autofocus in it, it will be killer. But anyway, um, and that there is a market for it, there's a need for it. I think it's the best of both worlds between professional cinema and feature rich, as well as consumer. It's obtainable by the masses, right? It's a consumer friendly kind of a camera, even though it may be $4,000. That's still very friendly compared to buying a Kimono X, okay, for more than twice the price. So again, this is great news. This is really, really good news because right now, one of the biggest hurdles for filmmakers is, well, money, funding, right? So if your camera can be that much cheaper, well, that means you get closer to making that project you've always wanted to make. So this is really cool news. Even though I don't shoot Canon, I've never actually I considered switching to Canon, but a while back, but I've never used it professionally, never really tried it out. I only tried out the EOS R when it first came out, and that is about it. But I respect their quality, and I respect what they did with this camera in particular. It's a very dope camera and super feature rich. Okay. It's almost like they took a playbook out of Panasonic and dumped it with tons of features. All right. So shout out to Canon for making this move and having that camera become Netflix approved. That's very, very cool. All right. Let's check in with some of these. Oh, okay. Oh, Roy said Randall says, I refreshed the page and I do not see it in the chat. You know what, Randall? It's probably on a desktop. That's why. Let me see if I can. Let me see if this helps. Randall, boom. I just posted it again. Can I pin it? Oh, it won't let me pin it. All right. Randall, I just reposted the link. So hopefully if that helps you, give it a shot. We got Manila Martin says, we use Infinity. It's 80% and wonderful. Right on. We got Daniel Rios. What's up? Jumping on the stream late, but I'm here. Shout out to Robert. Right on. Thank you, sir, for jumping on the stream, even though it's late. Late is all right. Okay, I'm just glad you showed up, quite honestly. We got BKH saying, yeah, that's why I asked for the Canon. It was a great tool. Yes, it is a great tool. That one, if you're doing filmmaking, that's the one. If not, the what is it, RC5, like that's the one for you, right? So it really just depends on the use case for you and your workflow. If you just want heavy in the paint video, that C50 looks really, really awesome. Open gate, I think it's what 7K or something. It's really feature rich. And you know the color is going to be awesome. That's for sure. I just haven't used it yet. I haven't like professionally put it through my paces. Look at this light here. I'm working with this overhead light. Let me know what you guys think about it. Oh, look at that. I lean into my thing and I lose my light. Hold on. Hold on. There. Bam. Look at that overhead light action, baby. Look at that overhead light action. You see that? The power of a tube light, an LED tube light, works all the time. LED tube light, like maybe I need to do a video about that, but LED tube lights, specifically RGB, are a secret weapon for lighting your space, interviews, films, whatever. Like they're so handy and they're lightweight. So when you have them overhead, you don't have to feel like it's going to tip over. So that's just a random rant, but I just like tube lights for all sorts of cool reasons. And I could power it with an app so I can make it colorful, whatever. Anyway, so there you go. Give a shout out. Let's shout out to tube lights out there in the world, okay? Shout out to LED tube lights. Here we go. Oh, Randall says, I lost Roy Bigsby comments also. I see Mosman and Frajar and John comments. I do not see King Kruk comments. Well, King Kruk is here on the vertical. You're on the, horizontal. You're on the vertical. You got to switch to the feed. There's two feeds. There's two feeds out there. Oh my goodness. You know what? I wish, maybe I should just stream to one feed, but it seems like half of you jump on the stream when you're using your phone and then you see the stream, right? Let me get to it. Let me get to when you see my stream, like right now, it shows I'm live, right? It shows I'm live. But when I click on it, this is the horizontal feed. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at this thing's playing commercials. Okay. So here it is. There's my horizontal feed, right? And but you may see another stream that looks just like it, but it has a little camera at the end of the title, and that means it's going to be in a vertical stream. So if you go to Shorts Live, let me see if I can find my own live. I have like 5 accounts on YouTube, FYI. But let's see if I go to Shorts. If I go to Shorts, I think there's like the Shorts Live. Okay, let me see here. No. Jesus. Either way, when you find me live through the Shorts, then it's 2 different feeds. StreamYard streams it to both formats. I don't know. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. Let's see here. King Crux says C50 looks like a sweet camera. If I was on Canon, I'd go with the C500 Mark II. Personally, I would check out the C50 myself for form factor. But hey, I'm not mad. Like I said, if I was to switch from Nikon, it'd probably be Canon because of their phenomenal color and video performance. They've really have been smashing it. Like they were the one. If you were a vlogger back in the, what was it? The 90, the C, not C90. What were their cameras back in the DSLRs? But either way, D90, yeah, for vlogging. And they had that, was it dual pixel autofocus. So I'd feel comfortable going to Canon if I was going to shoot video. Oh, got it now. There you go, Randall. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. It is what it is, you know. I didn't make the rules, man. I didn't make the rules. But so whatever stream you're watching, whether it be horizontal or vertical, you can't see each other's live chat. That's super annoying. But what it does is allows my feed or my show or this podcast to get out to more people. So it gives me a better chance to reach more. So it's good for me, annoying for you. I apologize. Smash the like, okay? All right, guys. Now, let's get to the main topic, shall we? Let's do that. Let me switch my stuff up here. Boom, bada, bing. Take this off. There we go. Boom, bitty, boom, scoobity, boom. All right. Again, if you have any questions, comments, let me know down below. Of course, one of the best ways besides smashing that like button, okay, because that like is very important. All right. It lets the algorithm know, like, hey, this podcast is pretty cool. And it is free to smash that like and to hit the subscribe button. So please do so. It's really, really easy way. Of course, I want to see your chats and your opinions, comments, questions, concerns down in the chat section right now. Please do. Let it blow up. And one of the best ways to support this channel, believe it or not, is by becoming a member of this channel. Okay. Now, my memberships to this channel is like $2.99. I think it's $3.99 technically because YouTube puts $1 on it for them. And it's just a month. $3.99. And anything that you're able to do to support this channel allows me to dedicate more time in creating content for all of you out there. All right. Because believe it or not, even with my humble, small channel, it's like a job already. It really is. Okay. It really, really is. Every day I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do next? What content do you guys need to see? And that will help you in your photography. But guess what? That all takes time. And becoming a member helps me to be able to dedicate more time to create good stuff for all of you out there. All right. So shout out to my members and to myself for keeping up with all of them. Okay. All right. Let's see here. It looks like we got some comments. Let me see here. Oh, Reynolds says he's on a computer. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm seeing the cell phone feed on a computer. There you go. Yeah, it's still gonna. It's because it's still considered a short. You can watch a short on a TV, on a cell phone, on an iPad. So there's no surprise there. But just realize that there's two separate feeds. That's what that is. Okay. Um, and then he says, "Oh, Randall says, got it. I got Roy Bixby again, and widescreen is basic. Oh, he's back. Right on. Cool." And then we have John. And you see, just FYI, people, like John is a member of this channel. So you can see the little icon there next to his name. And members get their comments highlighted and shown on the screen. So just FYI, that's why John's is always up there. Okay. So anybody else that shows it, um, I mean, the shows that will be shown are members of the channel. Anyway, he says, how do we get lots more viewers to your live stream? Hey, brother, let me tell you, that is from your lips to God's ears. All right. I wish I could. My goal is to get like 50. You know, I'd like to get to 100. I feel like I do what I can. You let me know. How do I get to have more viewers on my live stream? And what can I do to be that much more valuable to the photography space? What am I missing? Help me out. Okay. Because that's a question I have for you, John. I would love to know. All right. I would love to know because I'm working on some things for by the end of this year to provide even more value. I'm going to be renting out a photography studio by the end of this year, well, the middle of the year. And I'm going to be doing live studio lighting sessions. I'm going to be going live with Let's Talk Photography inside the studio. I plan on doing a lot for you. So I would love to have 50 to 100, 100 or more viewers on this stream. All right. So thank you, John, for that awesome question. But let me know what I got to do. Uh, let's turn off this banner now. What is this here? Randall says, I gave you a like on the widescreen and the cell phone screen. Hello. Thank you, sir. Whoop. Appreciate it. Every like, all likes matter. All likes matter. Okay. Just saying. Look at that. As soon as I said that, I said all like matter, all of a sudden my feed starts slowing down. Ain't that something? Anyway, cool. So we're looking good. And okay, cool. Oh, okay. It says we got Bell saying having trouble updating my ZR. The option to update is not showing up on my version setting. Any tips? Oh, there we go. Reynolds got you. Program out and has a Nikon Z lens attached. Yes, that's one of the most important things is have that Nikon Z lens attached. Don't have a third party one on there. I've heard some serious mess ups when folks have done that. Manila Martin comes back and says, I'm so impressed how much content you put out. Manila, thank you, man. I really Manila, you've been in the chat for a couple of years now, at least, right? And excuse me, I used to do one video a week and maybe a stream, and I was kind of sketchy with the stream. Now, this last quarter of 2025, it's for sure starting in December. I decided to just go hard in the paint. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get the results. I'm not going to get the size of my channel by doing what I've been doing, right? I need to go hard. And my goal 2026 is to put out one video every day. And so far, I've done it. Now, granted, it's not a long form video every time, but it's a short, it's a long. I'm posting photos more. I'm trying to provide more value to all of you out there, because if I don't give you what you guys feel is valuable, I won't get to where I want to be. And I would love to be a full-time like YouTube content creator, as well as being able to have YouTube support me in a way where I could pay for my own photography space and continue to give you guys some awesome stuff to be entertained or learn or whatever, right? And I know this relationship is reciprocal. Like it takes both of us, right? Your support and then me being more consistent and giving you value. So thank you very much, Manila, for noticing that. I really it means a lot to me, you even noticing that, because sometimes I don't think people notice. I really don't. But I just put out the next video. Okay. Um, so that's really cool. Thank you. I'm super psyched. Imagine when I get my studio back, the amount of content I could put out. Oh my God, it's gonna be freaking awesome. Okay. Your brains are gonna explode. It's gonna be crazy. All right, guys. Your feed's gonna have my stuff in it a lot. All right, I'm about to just go nuts until, well, until I just decide to give up. All right. Let's see here. Because one thing I noticed, like, you guys really like, not you, I should say you specifically, but I know on my channel, um, lighting tutorials, anything to do with portrait photography, lighting tutorials, and gear review stuff. That's what it's about. And I decided this year, actually, and I shouldn't even say that. A week or so ago, I decided to concentrate more on portrait photography, like my photo photography, my fashion photography, and less on the videos. Like I'll still do stuff about video production, etc. But my most watched content is all about lighting, like photography lighting, portrait photography tutorials and photo shoots, and then the gear stuff, of course, is always a thing. So I decided to say, you know what? You can't deny the numbers. If that's what they like, that's what they want to see. Well, I'm going to double down on that, and hopefully that's a way of showing more value, because I'm not trying to force feed content that you guys don't want to see and you're not engaging with. So anyway, that was another rant, a content creator rant. Cool. Let's get to the main news. Okay. I just did I talk? Let's get to that. All right, here we are. Now, as we can see, the Nikon ZR just got a recent update. Everybody's been talking about it, so I'm not going to really reinvent the wheel here. Okay, but I figured why not mention it, because it is big news since the ZR is still a very hot camera. I just went to Mike's Camera, and they only had well, they did have one, and then all of a sudden I said, all right, let me go check it out, and sure enough, they didn't have it. So it's still a hot camera. I'm sure they could get it in, and for good reason. Okay, so firmware v1.10 for the Nikon ZR has been updated, herald the first update for the video focused camera. Let's get to what it really is. All right. First off, it says it includes enhanced multi-camera production workflow features. All right, so conventional time code synchronization over a Bluetooth connection. The camera now supports a simpler, more reliable wired connection that enables time code synchronization. I saw it through the 2.5 millimeter jack or something, so that's interesting. Time code synchronization is simplified, and as Bluetooth pairing is not required, only initially synchronized. The time code remains running even after disconnecting the generator, the jam sync. So that's pretty cool. There you go. See, this little camera is becoming probably one of the most useful, compact, and very affordable film cameras. They're really throwing a lot at this. I mean, if they throw in open gate, if that's available, if that's possible to do with a firmware update, this camera would never be available. Everybody's going to buy one. In addition, file naming function similar to that of Red cameras has been implemented to enhance production workflows. So this is going to be, I mean, it's quite honestly that they want this to be like a B cam to your Red camera. So they're covering all the consumer level folks who can afford this for $2,000 or $2,100, and then saying, "Hey, pros, we haven't forgot about you. Pick this up as a crash cam. Pick this up as a B cam." So very cool. And then extended recording time, which is great, but I mean, hi for the amount of time. So it says up to extended the recording, continuous recording up to 6 hours. Now I have no clue what I would be doing, but let's say if you're recording, I don't know, wilderness, and you just stick a camera there. I mean, if they want to do it for 6 hours, mazel tov. Maybe Astro video, if that's what you want to do, time lapse or something. But geez, 6 hours. I don't know what I would be doing for 6 hours straight. But hey, If that's you and you like it, I love it. There you go. 6 hours of record, which is ridiculous. So shooting at events that require extended recording, such as interviews. I don't know what interviews for 6 hours, but concerts. Okay, I could get you concerts, documentaries, and special events. There you go. So the record time applies to ProRes 422 HQ, 8265, and 8264 format. So that's cool. I always like more extended record time. Like that was one thing I like about Panasonic is that they always had that unlimited record time. So cool. Firmware version 1.1 offers users a function that displays a warning line indicating the maximum brightness level in a histogram or waveform monitor to avoid unintentional clipping, which is great. Me personally, I like using an external monitor. You have false colors, and there you go. I wish they would just add false colors. If they do have false colors in this and I don't know about it, let me know. But let's get some false colors in there. But that's cool. I'm glad it has a little threshold line, anything to help with exposure. Because here's the thing. A lot of the people that are picking this camera up that are already in a Nikon Z system generally don't shoot video a whole lot. Like for, well, at least 3 decades, you didn't pick up Nikon to shoot video. You pick up Nikon for amazing still images. So a lot of these people are very new to recording video or high-end video if you shoot red codecs, right? So this is a great help for those who are really getting into recording high-grade quality audio, whether it be ProRes, NRAW, or red files. So this is great, but false color would be much better. Like I would rather have that. That's just me. Let me know down in the chat. Additional enhancements: power on lamp energy saver option has been added. File type can now be set to R3D NE 12-bit red in the video recording menu. Okay, that's cool. This is cool. The number of LUTs that can be viewed while importing from a memory card using custom setting 3D LUTs. So that's cool. I like being able to have to preview LUTs or have that. That's really cool. I that's a feature I love inside of Lumix cameras, is that I could have at least 10 LUTs or whatever it is, and see what it looks like in the LUT preview setting. Now it's not baking it in. That's like real-time LUT for Panasonic, but you get it. It really helps you to dial in the right exposure, understanding the LUT that you're going to be using in post. So very cool move, a very logical move by Nikon, especially that this is a filmmaker's camera. All right. So there you go. If you want to download it, go feel free. If you're Jared Poland always says, wait a month before you go ahead and download it because you never know. I've never had an issue, but I don't want to have one. So, but I think this firmware update only makes the reason of looking and considering a Nikon ZR a better option. Again, for $2,100, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. If you shoot video, because everybody keeps asking this, if you shoot video and photography, just go to the Z6 Mark III. Okay, please save me time, save you time. It's only $100 difference. That's it between the ZR and the Z6 III. It's $100 difference. You're gonna get 6K up to 60 frames, 0 crop, 4K 60 frames, 0 crop, and the Z6 Mark III. Phenomenal camera. I'm using it right now to stream with. I have a 35 f 1.8 lens at 1.8. That's what I stream with right now. It's an excellent camera. I love it. So if you shoot if you know you're going to shoot photos and video, get the Z6 Mark III and stop playing yourself. You get a viewfinder. Okay. And for photos, that's almost indispensable. You got to have that. Now, if you are strictly about like, hey, I want the highest end, like performance, I want great codecs, I want 12-bit, I want freaking everything, and I'm only shooting video, you already know the ZR is going to be a nice choice. If you already have a Z8 or if you already have a Z6 Mark III and you just want a second camera to dedicate it to video, that's where the ZR comes into play. That's the biggest difference. Otherwise, you still get NRAW, you still get 12-bit video out of your Z6 Mark III. You still get ProRes RAW at 12-bit. You still get basically everything except the red codec and the 4-inch display and the 32-bit float audio, which most of you won't need if you're leveling, and if you understand how to use freaking audio, you're fine. Okay. Most of my microphones right now already record a safety track. That takes care of most of the problem. I mean, it's nice to have more fidelity and everything, but most people wouldn't know what to do with the extra fidelity anyway. They wouldn't know the difference between 48 hertz and 96 hertz. You know, I mean, for heaven's sakes. All right. The biggest difference is that codec. All right. And if you really don't need it, you need more photos, the Z6 Mark III is a phenomenal camera. Put my name on it. It's the to me, my opinion is, in the Z mount camera, the Z6 Mark III is the best, most well-balanced camera they've ever made. It'll be very hard to beat the Z6 Mark III when you're talking about affordability and what they pack in that camera, what you could do with it. Okay. Z8 doesn't touch it because it's heavier, it's bigger, way more, it's more expensive by at least $1,200 more. All right. And not everybody's going to use 8K in the Z8, even though you could do it. Z6 Mark III is a good sweet spot. And if not, the ZR, if you just want video. All right. Anyway, that's my rant. Let's see. Oh, Manila says, I am thinking that it must be really expensive to produce content in the USA. Here in the Philippines, most studios rent for, oh my God, for $8. Manila Martin, oh my goodness. That's phenomenal. Assistants are $50 a day. It's really cheap to produce shoots. Manila, you're really breaking my heart. A studio, I found the studio, and it's $100 an hour. All right, Manila, Martin, let me tell you, $100 an hour. And that's with no assistance. And they may not even let you use the backdrop. Okay. I've been to studios, they don't even let you use the backdrop, and you're paying $100 an hour. That's crazy. $8 an hour. Dude, I'd be recording content every day in the Philippines. That's nuts. And we got Big Boy in the house talking about bros. Good to see you. Good to see you. And we got Roy Bigsby saying, I can live without OpenGate. Anamorphic in false colors would be more useful. 100%. But it's kind of a default, right? Like you get OpenGate, you're going to get the ability to have anamorphic support. That's kind of why I say it too. So you get the best of both worlds with that. And yes, false colors is awesome. I don't know why we don't get that more often in 2026. Like who does that? Lumix S1 Mark II has it in there. Roy says Nikon has the first video DSLR, the D90. Then they forgot what they were doing. Bump, wump, wump. Yep, you're absolutely right. That's, and I think they just leaned more in the photography space and let Canon take over. Because remember, at that time, Canon was the boss when it came to video, because that dual pixels autofocus. Ken Crux says, I'm waiting before downloading firmware. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna wait on downloading any firmware until I know for sure that Viltrox and Nikon lawsuit situation is settled. Viltrox pays in their royalties, and we can move forward as if nothing happened. Okay. Because one thing I don't want to do is lose out on being able to use all 5 of my Viltrox lenses. That's no bueno. That's a non-starter for me. I'm not going to update anything until I figure out what's up with that lawsuit. Okay. I could give a care about the new minor improvements. I can do great with the cameras I have, with the features that they're packed with. I don't need anything else until I know for sure that lawsuit is settled. You know, that's just me. Let's see. Hey, what do you guys think about the live stream quality using the Z6 Mark III? What do you guys think? I switched from the Panasonic to the Nikon. Let me know. Let me see how this autofocus. There we go. Okay, there I am. Whoop, boop, boop. There we go. Let me know what you think about the quality of this Nikon Z6 Mark III. And I'm telling you, I have it powered with the USB-C, and it has never failed. Never failed. It keeps going and going and going. Let me see. Do I have anything here? All right. No, I updated you all with that. Comments were looking good. Of course, in the meantime and in between times, please smash that like, that share, subscribe, and yes, hit the bell icon. All right. If you like this kind of content, if you want to see this video get pushed out to more people, if you believe in what I'm trying to do here, just smash the like. It is free 99 to smash the like. I swear, people, when it comes to pressing a like button, it's almost as if you're like asking them to co-sign a loan or something. Okay, it's not that deep, people. Smash that like for me, please. What? All right. And and then of course, as I mentioned earlier, one of the best ways to support the channel is by becoming a member of it. Okay. For only, I think it's $3.99. I have a Discord. Um, I do a monthly live show just for our for our members, which is called Coffees and Camera. I heat up a pot of coffee and we talk cameras in the morning time. Because usually this show is in the evening at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So Coffees and Camera is about 10 o'clock to get your day started. Okay, with a good old rant about coffee and some cameras. There you go. That is for members only. All right, let me see what we got going on in the chat now. Let's see what everybody's talking about, because I'm always missing something here. Let's see, we're looking good. All right, so far we're up to date. If we are good to go, then my friend, I'm going to tune out, because I tell you, I am hungry. That's the one thing about doing live streams in the evening. I get hungry. I'm getting hungry, believe it or not. All this talking. Dude, you guys don't know, like right before I fired up the stream, I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Maybe I should just take off a week. Oh, that reminds me. Next week, I'm on a trip. So I am going to do a live stream, but I'm going to have to it's going to be a mobile live stream, probably straight from my laptop. And I am actually going to try to use the DJI Pocket 3 as my camera for live streaming. We're going to see how that works, but I tested it out. Looks pretty cool for it to be used as a webcam. So next week, we're for sure going to be going live, but I will be closer to the East Coast. I'll be in Eastern Standard Time next Thursday. So that means I will have to, what time does that mean? Oh my God, it's going to be a late stream. That means I'll be streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to make sure I stream at the regular time. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting. Okay. I'm actually an early bird. I like being up early. I can wake up at 5 a.m., fired up, ready to do whatever it may be. I'm the best creatively in the morning. But so streaming at 5 or 8 o'clock in the East Coast and stuff like that, it takes more wind out of me. I'm not gonna lie. It really does. Rob, that's why stick only to Nikon or first party lenses. Oh, well, there you go. I don't blame you. I try to stick to first party, but the price, sorry, the price just, it hurts. It hurts. Randall says, I use multiple cameras for studio work. I use the Nikon Z8, Z6 III, and ZR, Panasonic S5 Mark II, S5 Mark II X, S1R2. Oh my God. And Sony FX30, A6100, 6700, A7 CR, and soon it will be the A7 V. Well, Randall, I think you got all angles covered. that I see. Okay, that's crazy, man. King Crux says, let's get that top sirloin for the dinner for Rob. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. My favorite food has been the past 2 years has been Indian. I love Indian food. And I love when I go to restaurants, at Indian restaurants, they see me and they're like, they try to tell me it's spicy or hot. And I'm like, that's the plate I want. And then guess what? I eat it all up. Okay. They never see it coming. They swear I can't handle it. And I just love cracking my knuckles, get my a little napkin ready to pat my eyebrow because I'm going to be sweating. But I love Indian food. I love Italian food. And I like Thai food too. I've been getting really good into Thai. I'm a vegetarian, so they got to be really good. So that's what I'm into. So the sirloin, I respect it. It smells good. I just don't eat meat, King Kruk. But don't worry, I get what you're saying. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. So with all that said, I'm gonna wind this puppy down. Let's get on over to this good old music right here. Yeah, you already know what that means. When I put on my outro music, my smooth tunes, smooth hip-hop grooves, it means I need to get the heck out of Dodge. All right. Now, as I'm leaving, please smash that like. Okay, folks, don't be cheap. Smash that like. And subscribe and all that good stuff. And next week, like I said, I'm gonna be going live, same bat place, same bat time. So don't worry, it'll just be, my setup will be a little bit different. All right. And if you feel like you want to continue to support this channel, best way to do it is by becoming a member right now. Always a good way, and that goes to directly helping me out, even though Google puts their freaking hand out and takes some of that. Okay, that's very messed up, but that's what they do. They got to keep their lights on. So with all of that said, make sure you go ahead and follow me on all those socials. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Threads, Instagram, and all that other good stuff. So go ahead and follow me there. I'm very active on Instagram. All right. But I hope you enjoy the show. And until next time, keep shooting and stay creative. Thank you for watching, everybody.